What's going on, gamers? This your boy Launchpad 1412 back at it again, man, with some more Madden 13 gameplay. Excited to be here. Got an online ranked match. I have the Redskins. My opponent is the Ravens, going up against the Ravens, man. Very solid team, without question, one of the best teams in the game. But I'm actually not going to talk about the gameplay. But before I actually get into what I'm going to talk about, really quick, some of you guys actually request specific games. Understand that it is difficult to actually do Pacific games due to the fact that I cannot control what my opponent picks. So try to bear with me on that. If you give me a Pacific team, just like a subscriber did right here, a subscriber asked for some Redskins gameplay, and I'm providing some Redskins gameplay for them. I can do a Pacific team, but a Pacific combination of two teams for one game, that is extremely difficult, so bear with me on that. That said, I'm here to talk about my high school life. A subscriber a very, very long time ago asked me to tell him some things about my high school life and how it was and how my personality was and have I changed and this and that. So I'm going to talk about that, man. I think you guys are going to enjoy this, and feel free to talk about your high school life or your high school experience, or if you haven't experienced high school yet, what do you think is going to happen when you actually get to high school? So feel free to talk about all of that. You know, that is a fine. You guys know I love to talk to you guys in the comment section. Please, join in the fun, man. Let's have a nice, solid conversation about it with your likes and dislikes about high school. Let me get this ball rolling. First of all, first thing I want to say that kind of jumps out to me, this topic is actually a little bit difficult to talk about a little bit, because not that anything bad happened in my high school, but it's just everybody's high school is different. There's such a wide range. That's why it's always funny to me when movies try to make high school movies, like, even though American Pie was good or Dirty Deeds, it's funny to me how they try to make movies and try to surround it around a high school theme that everybody can relate to, when everyone's high school is so difficult. Because when I was in high school, I went to different high schools as far as visiting, and I had friends that were in different high schools. I was real cool, my cousin's family, so it's just kind of funny when I see movies like that. But as far as the cliches in movies, the point that I'm trying to get to, the cliches that you see in movies as far as bullies, geeks. We had geeks. We didn't have bullies in high school. We didn't have bullies. We didn't have geeks. Jocks were not the school leaders. They did not run the school. That was not there. I played on my high school basketball team. I had a lot of fun. I was very thankful that I made that team. None of the jocks didn't get all the guys. It wasn't like that. There was no such thing as kind of like the very attractive prissy girl getting most of the attention. We didn't have that in our high school. So we didn't have too many of those cliches. We did have geeks though. And speaking of geeks, me personally, my personality, I was a very nice guy. When you look at my yearbook and you look at the comments that my peers have put in my yearbook, the first thing they say is I'm a very nice guy. Somebody that say I'm a very funny guy. I'm very relatable, and I feel like I was. Even though I was having problems throughout high school, I knew how to channel it and not let it disrupt my flow while I was in school. Like I told you guys before, I was very serious about my grades. I was serious about my grades, and I played on a high school basketball team. Plus, I found a way to be respectful to everyone and be as nice of a person as I can. And that was pretty much my persona in high school. I mean, I did have girlfriends, not many. I didn't have many girlfriends. The thing about me having girlfriends in high school, I didn't get my license until I was 26. So I didn't really have a ride to go and actually see them and spend time with them. So it was relationships were a little difficult for me if you didn't live near me. And my wife now that I'm actually married to right now, I met her when I was in high school. She actually went to a different high school, Polytech. Shout out to her. That's the love of my life. High school was fun. My personality was pretty cool. I was pretty cool. Like I said, I was nice and I was pretty cool. I knew a lot of people. I knew the geeks. I knew the goths. I knew the gangsters, or who are people who thought they were gangsters. But we had not a lot, but we had quite a few people that were kind of privileged. My school had blacks, whites, Hispanics, all that. We had definitely a mixed, diverse group of races. We even had some Indians and Italians, and we had a little bit of everything, but mostly black and whites though. But there was definitely some people that were suburban gangsters, which I always thought was funny. These guys were like gangsters, but they never really went through anything, so it just wasn't that believable to me. But Anyway, I was cool with them though. The other jocks, I was cool with everybody, but I wasn't necessarily a popular guy. I wasn't like a John Tucker popular. I don't know if you've ever seen John Tucker Must Die, but John Tucker was so popular. It's like some people are in school that whenever you had a trend or if you would do something, a lot of people would follow it. I wasn't that kind of popular. I was kind of a popular that was like, that just knew a lot of people. At high school, like I said, I played on a team. When I was in high school, I lived with my mom. You know, and we didn't have much. There was definitely days where I probably wore my jeans repetitively throughout the week. I'm trying to think. I had great friends. My two best friends, Anthony and Tyree, I met them in high school. I'm trying to think, is there anything that I'm missing? I did go to prom. I went to prom, but I didn't go with a chick. Prom was fun. The great thing about prom, we had an after party, and at the after party was till 4 in the morning. It was at the mall. We actually had an after party at the mall, and we had free movies, free drinks, free popcorn. Of course, they did this after party to make sure that we didn't do nothing silly after the prom. So that was great, man. We was there with all my peers, and we had a good time. I did take pictures with a girl, but I actually didn't actually take a girl, but I did take pictures with a girl. That's so I can have some prom pictures, because I know it's a memorable moment in everyone's life. I did go to homecoming. I actually didn't start going to homecomings to my sophomore year of high school. I did go to homecomings, not just mine. I went to all kinds of homecomings. I think one year, me and my boy, my best friend Tyree, I think we went to about 4 or 5 different homecomings in 1 year, which was awesome, because they had the homecomings in different weeks, so that you could do that. You could visit other schools' homecomings. If you had, let's say if you had a girlfriend that went to another school or whatever. So that was grand. I don't think I'm missing anything. I'm not saying too much about how my high school basketball experience was, because I actually want to talk about that in another video. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. I don't think I missed anything, but if you guys got any questions, definitely let me know as this video is coming to a close. I don't think I missed anything. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. I said we didn't have bullies. I played a ton of basketball, a lot of video games. I remember my sophomore year when my aunts on my dad's side had reunited. We couldn't afford a Nintendo 64 when they actually bought one for us, so that was awesome. And of course, that's when I played the Mario 64 and this and that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I'm missing? Probably is, but I can't think of it at the moment. But yeah, my high school life was pretty awesome in my opinion. It definitely had some ups and downs, man. My junior year, I actually got kicked off. I didn't get kicked off the team, but the teacher had put the wrong grade on my report card, and I ended up not being on the team for a while. But I ended up coming back my senior year, and I didn't have that problem again. And that was a crazy whirlwind right there, because I was trying to get the teacher to realize, because I just knew it was a class that was impossible for me to fail, and that was crazy right there. But I ended up getting back on the team my senior year, and I had a great time with that. I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. But shout out to my opponent. Remember, if there is something missing that you guys want to ask me specifically about high school or anything, just let me know in the comment section. I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. Shout out to my opponent once again. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the greatest subscribers on the planet. There's no me without y'all. That's real talk, man. That's a real assumption right there. Oh yeah, man. Rest in peace to Deacon Jones. I wanted to say that. Rest in peace to Deacon Jones, man. I didn't really know. I didn't get to watch him play that much, but I could tell that he was a very inspirational and definitely one of the greatest quarterback rushers to ever play the game of NFL. This is your boy 1412, and I'm out.